Hello guys, my name is Nadia and today we're gonna have a video which is 5 tips how to start reading a book. So firstly, I will just show you my book. I think I showed it in some other videos. It's from Paulo Coelho, like the Flowing River. That book is incredibly nice. I think it was in 5 summer tips that you need to find the book, to read, a hobby, something like that. But I just wanted to make a video of how to start reading books. So we're gonna have like 5 tips how to start doing that. Firstly, it just the way my story went, like with me starting reading the book. So my first tip is ask your friends if they do read books, and if they do, what kind of books they read, and like what is it about. Is it more like romantic books, or the psychologist, or some kind of, I don't know, the detective books or something like that, or Sherlock Holmes or something. Why I'm telling you ask your friends. So my first tip is ask your friends. Why should you ask your friends? Sometimes, you're getting like a hint that, oh, my friends do that, maybe I should try the same. So that the way how it might go viral. For example, when I was like 14, my friend was reading a book, and then I was like, what are you reading? And then I understood like half of my friends read the same book, and I was like, okay, I need to read that book because everyone is reading it. It's like me and Game of Thrones. So everyone watching, I'm watching. So that was like, this kind of really weird, but another way funny how I started reading books. My second tip is to just go to the bookstore and look for the books. And for example, the book catches your attention the way that the cover of the book. I mean, like most of the people will tell you, oh, don't buy the book because of the cover, because inside it might be bad. But sometimes I honestly can say you can like the cover of the book. You will start reading because you like the cover of the book, and then you will like the thing that is inside of the book. That's how it goes. Sometimes, like when for example, Paulo Coelho, it's the author that I like a lot, but I can't say that I do like all his books. But what I want to say is that one book that I was like, oh, maybe it's probably really bad book and I'm not gonna read it because, I mean, like, the reviews wasn't that good. And then I was like, okay, but I like the way how the cover looks. And then I was like, okay, I'm just gonna buy and read the book. And the book is super good. I mean, like, I'm not gonna tell you the name of the book because I will just put everything that was interesting in the comment below. That will be much nicer, I think. So basically, that's how the way I also can go for the book. Like, that was my tip number 2. Go to the bookstore and see the cover of the book, and if you like it, just get the book and start reading it. My third tip is probably the most 21st century tip. Is like, there is so many apps for the phone, and the way, like for the movie, so you can just select the things that you like, and this app gonna recommend you the book. So I think, I honestly don't remember. I used that app long time ago. If I find the name of that app, I'm just gonna put it in the comment below. If not, I'm really sorry. But like also, like, based on recommendations, maybe you just can go to the online store and check that out and put like some things that you want to read, and then you're gonna have this kind of put the filters, and then you're gonna get the list of the books, and you can select it by the second tip based on the cover. So, but honestly, like those kind of apps, and also there's like a lot of apps which are more like creating this comic version. So basically you're reading the book, but also there is like a pictures, and you see like people, so it's like a movie but with subtitles. So that's also really cool. That's my probably third tip. Try yourself with some apps and get what you're interested in. And also Wattpad, it's the platform where people do write crazy and amazing stories. So it's also kind of a book reading, but like if you're aiming for some more like, high knowledgeable book or something, then we're gonna go to my tip number 4, and it depends on your field. For example, you're into business. I can honestly say that I read one book about like international business. There was like more than 1,000 pages. I read that book just based that I want to develop my ideas and thoughts of the way how the business is created in foreign countries, and I will put the book in the comment below. and they have a lot of examples how the business done with Chinese people, Japanese people, with the people from Emirates. So you can see like how the business is handled over there. Can you just go there, or you need to have a person who is like gonna be responsible for everything for the whole business, but you will be like a partner. So I mean, like, depends what you're aiming for in books, then the way how you're gonna select the field probably. But if you're just like thinking of, oh my god, I'm so lazy, I have no a clue how to start reading, but I think I should start reading, this is why we have the tip number 5, which is more like, if you think that you have to read the book, firstly you need to realize like, why do you think that you have to read the book? Is it because someone is forcing you to read the book? Is it like someone pushing you to read the book? Then, for example, take the book based on your hobby. For example, my hobby is photography, and I read a lot of books about photography, like from which angle you need to make pictures, from which one should be the light, from which one should be the camera. So there's more this kind of technical things. And for example, if your reading a book is more about like, oh, because everyone is reading, then I'm gonna read, or something like that, then this probably way how you can start like step by step reading something. Because I know I was really lazy of starting reading anything, like even the manual for something, I was just like tapping in my phone. But sometimes in those kind of manuals we have some important things. For example, like me and my microwaves, that it almost burned because I plugged it in not the right socket, so we're not gonna talk about that. But this is the way how it probably works, that you need to understand why you need or you want, or who's forcing you to read this kind of book. Basically, this all my tips, like we talked about all of the five tips about how to start reading a book. But honestly, I can tell you that it just depends on you. If you don't want to read a book, don't do it. I mean, like, one day it will just gonna pop up in your mind and you will be like, oh, maybe I need to start reading something, or maybe I should do this, or maybe I should do that. So you will come to this point by yourself, so you don't need someone like, I don't know, like when someone is forcing you, or like opinion or any kind of advice, because basically it's just based on you, and you are deciding if you want to read a book or not. For example, lately I'm just like the fan of this one. I mean, like, the way how I do read this book is just like, I open the page like this, and here we have a story. So it's called The Art of Withdrawal, and we have here only like, basically this is the story. So that's what I like in this book, because I don't need to be like waiting till the end, like what's gonna happen. So basically this is like a really small story, and you can know the ending basically after reading this, and it will take you like 2 minutes or maybe 3, depends like if you're doing something else while you're reading, maybe thinking. So that's what I do like in the book. So I will put all books that I like or kind of recommend in the comment below, that you will understand. And if you're more like the person who like those kind of psychologist books, or like more like thoughtful, or more the one that will help you understand people something, I will recommend the Robert Greene 33 Strategies of War. They have a really interesting way of telling story, and the way how they show it, and all is based on the history. So that's quite a really interesting way of understanding and thinking, and also realizing, because most of the books I don't like think of the meaning, what it means by author. I just started applying it to my real life and thinking like, oh, maybe I could do it this way or that way. So that's a really interesting way of thinking. And thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it's really helpful for you, and kisses, bye bye, and have a great summer.